Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you about the delivery since a lot of people are asking Rebecca questions on how I feel about it. The delivery did go great. I got to see my new baby. I got to see him crown. I got to see everything all over again. I just feel like I was a new dad. Everything was going fine until about 3 hours later, and Rebecca hemorrhaged again. The first time I wasn't paying enough attention to realize, to grasp what all was going on. So I didn't exactly know what was wrong the first time. This time I saw what happened. I can't really put into words how I feel, because I just felt like in that moment I was going to lose her. And at that moment, I felt like my world was just crushed. It hits you hard when you see somebody that you love, especially your wife, lose that much blood, go through all the pain that she did, and still be able to come out on top. At the time, she was screaming in agony and writhing in pain, and I couldn't do anything. I felt helpless. I felt like I was just insignificant. There was nothing I could do. I just felt like I just wanted to scream and shout at the top of my lungs to tell them to stop. So much pain they were putting my wife in, but I knew that the procedure had to be done. So what they had to do was the resident had to stick her hand up into Rebecca's uterus and literally manually pull out every single clot, or at least try to. When she did it the first time and a lot of large clots came out, they did it the second time and a couple of small ones still came out. But I think that was the end of it, because they put in what they call a Bacari, which they used the same solution in an IV, saline, and they put the tiny balloon that's pretty much no bigger than maybe a thumb up your vagina, and they start blowing it up, and they did it 60 cc's each time, and she had to keep it in there overnight. I did not like how they took care of her after that, because a lot of the nurses, well, one of the nurses anyways, I didn't like how she did it, because she wanted to turn over on her side while she has this big giant balloon inside of her vagina. I mean, who would want to move? But they wanted her to move on her side so that they could do something with the tubes, but she couldn't move because she was in so much pain. And seeing her hemorrhage again like that put a lot of things into perspective for me. I've realized that my wife can't have any more kids. I'm sure that she could, but it would be risking her life, and I'm not going to put her through that. I'm extremely happy with the 2 boys that I have. I wouldn't change anything in the world. I was completely happy with Kaiden if we were just going to have him. But now, since she's hemorrhaged for the second time, I mean, we both want a little girl, but I don't think we're going to try to have that little girl. As bad as we both want to have a little girl, we know that it's too much of a risk to try. So what's going to happen is, probably here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be going into the doctor, and I'm going to be getting a vasectomy done. That way we can make sure that Rebecca doesn't get pregnant again. And I'm scared, because, I mean, they're messing with a very delicate area. and it scares me. But my procedure is a lot less invasive and there's a lot less complications with burning off my vas deferens, I think is the medical term for it, and having Rebecca go under the knife and get an incision on her hip and an incision, I think, right below her belly button to make sure that her tubes are tied. Plus it's a lot less cost-wise as well. For Rebecca to get her tubes tied, she would have to it would be about 3 times as much, and it could be anywhere from $500 to $6,000. Or no, sorry, $1,500 to $6,000. Mine's a third of the price. And mine they can just do in the office with local anesthetic. Which I'm scared to death of needles, and I mean, who would want to have a needle shoved in their balls? That would be really painful. But what has to be done has to be done. I'm completely okay with doing this. And I know that means that I'm not going to be able to have kids anymore unless I reverse it, and there's only a 50% chance of me getting any of my sperm count back after I get this done. But I'm doing what's best for my wife and what's best for my family. And that's what's keeping me strong in my decision. So, in close, just how I feel about this is I feel very strong about what I'm doing. I might be scared, but I feel very strong because I know that it will keep my wife safe and it will keep our family intact and we won't have to lose her. And about my feelings on her hemorrhage, I can just say that I'm at a loss for words at how I felt. If she were to die, I probably would have gone off the wagon. I mean, literally. Not like I'm a druggie or anything like that. I'm not talking about like that, but I wouldn't be able to function. She's kind of my world. She makes me have my functionality. So, and she's smiling and laughing in the background right now while holding the camera. But that's how I feel about it. So if you guys have any questions, just comment below if I didn't clarify on anything. You can always comment on my pictures on Instagram. Bryce Baker 94 is my, I think that's it, right? Bryce Baker 94 is my thing for Instagram. So hit me up on Instagram, start following. I'm actually posting pictures now. So see you guys later.